Oh.
T-Dog.
JJJJ.
My. Look who shocked us in the building.
I know. You know what? I saw him standing outside. I didn't know who it was.
You didn't recognize the Burberry?
No, because he was all, he had all the winter coat on and everything.
Yeah. He's got the Burberry. He's got.
What's up, Clarence?
What's up, Clee?
What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. Yes,
hello,
Happy
everybody.
New Year. Hi, everybody. It is Friday.
TGIF.
Yes, it is that time.
Where you been, T?
last
Where you
Friday
been?
of
Speaking of
February.
T, where you been?
I've been.
You been ghosting. T's been ghosting.
I've been chilling, working, working.
Chilling, working.
What about you? Where you been? I haven't seen
Respect
you.
the hustle. Respect the hustle.
I've been respecting the hustle.
Yeah, that's what's been happening.
I've been respecting the hustle.
I know you been, baby. That's why you my motherfucker. No doubt.
Why gotta be an
Well, last week it was a bag of dicks, right? She loved that. Yo, if you just tuning in, you with what's the name of the show?
Always On
Always
Podcast
On.
with Tonya and Jay.
My motherfuckers. And now we got Clee and the Clarence. Pollard, double Harvard, triple Harvard. What is it?
No Harvard, just Yale.
Okay. Well, you gonna break it down some of the legal eagles that's going on. We got my boy. I had to call him my boy because I did dance to him lots of times. R.Kelly. And then we got my man, Jusse.
Oh,
We don't know if that's character, mental. We don't know what's cracking with that.
I don't know. I'm so sorry.
I don't think he's gonna get jail time. And then we got my homeboy Robert Kraft. We don't think he's getting jail time either. He just got caught up. Gentlemen like to get cray. But listen, don't listen to me. If you're out there in the audience and you want to shout us out, 929-227-4646.
46.
True that. So we're on live. We're happening. We're TGIF, and we're at the prime time. We're feeling it. We're 8 o'clock in the Big Apple, 5 o'clock in the West Coast. We're
7 o'clock in the Central Time.
Exactly. We're rocking mountains. We doing our thing.
You are full of energy
I'm
today.
I'm lit. I've been working since 4 a.m. every morning this week.
Wow. No wonder you be pooped out when you get over
Well,
here.
shout out to my boys and girls at Whipped Equinox. I'm always hitting it.
Oh, okay.
I'm always hitting the knocks.
Okay.
How's that girl Rolanda? We haven't spoke to her in a minute.
I spoke to her earlier this week. Hey, Rolanda.
Yo.
Hey, Julie Allen. I see you.
Hey, oh, yeah. Julie Allen was like hitting me up. Like, what time's the hit? I was like, 8 p.m. You want to call it?
We're always late anyway.
Julie Allen, shout us out on the birthday. We appreciate that, Julie. How you doing? Shout out to KBJ. Give him love. Call us up. See what you got to say. So we're going to get this laid out. We got some people calling in. Exclusive from Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
Good booking. Appreciate that, T.
You know I'm the booker.
You was like, I'm going to get this. Got
him.
You did. You did.
Got him. I had saw him earlier on some news channels and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, he's good. I like this.
Yeah.
So,
that was lit. So who just joined us at the table?
How you doing?
Posture, brother. Posture. Come up to the mic. Posture and projection. That's what we do. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you.
Who are you?
Good. Oh, my name is Ronald Salley.
Okay.
Ronald
Spell
Salley.
it.
Salley.
EY.
What do you do, Ronald?
I am an attorney
Another attorney.
slash actor.
Oh,
Okay.
you're an actor. All right.
Actor,
all right.
director, writer, all that
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I saw you at the craft table down the street. They were shooting
There
that
you go.
HBO.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
me and you. I was like,
Yeah. The best part of the movie set.
It
you know?
is. I was like, pass me a meatball parmesan. Let's get right into it, right?
Yeah, let's
So
get
we're
right
going to
into
light
it.
you up at 8:20. We got our boy calling in from Shy.
Yeah, Chi-Town got some problems this week. Okay.
Well, we don't want to hit them like that hard over the head,
okay,
but they got a little something.
They got a little.
They got some news grabbers going on in there.
Exactly.
They got some
working
drivers
overtime.
in there.
They're working overtime.
No
Working
doubt.
Overtime.
R.Kelly heading yourself in.
Oh. Did he turn himself in yet?
I haven't heard. I figured it was going to happen during the show.
Probably so.
I'm hoping so. No
I mean,
offense,
'cause they're-
R.Kelly. I'm not even singing your songs. I ain't giving you no love. Come on now. Y'all know R.Kelly had a lot of hits, right?
Yeah,
Yes, he did.
A lot
He
of
did.
baby making hits at that too.
Oh, that's for sure.
That
That's for
I
sure.
mean,
Yeah.
he put some great
Well, with
music.
good
He had
reason,
great
as we
music,
see.
yeah.
The soundtrack for his activities. I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he got
I'm
videos
I'm
to
sure he was writing as he was doing.
Multitasking.
When he put on his music while it was.
Yeah, exactly. Poor guy.
But listen,
But-
shout out to all those survivors of that incident because we know it's really nothing to laugh about. We know it's heavy.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's heavy.
Good note. Good note.
Yeah, it was
that's
very
absolutely
sad.
true.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I hope
true.
that
No laughing
everybody
matter.
gets justice, and I don't think it's going to stop.
What do you mean by that?
Not too long ago, a couple hours ago, he was indicted. 10 counts.
10 counts.
Right.
4 victims.
I mean, when you're on the
Two
front
other
page of the New York
Yeah.
Times,
He'll
the Post I could dig. We got a couple of pages of the Post, but NYT, LAT, Hollywood Report, Deadline, C number 9, and he's just all over the place. Yeah.
Well, he's not alone. He's not alone. There's Mr. Epstein.
That's right.
Jeffrey Epstein, who was it's a big
registered
thing
sex offender
Yeah.
for underage girls back in the late 80s.
Right.
And,
But he, for lack of a better term, ran a underage sex
Trafficking
ring. 14-year-old girls in Florida kind of thing.
Wow.
Well, you gotta watch the buzzword on the trafficking.
Yes,
That brings buzz, but I don't know.
Right. We don't want to call it what it's not.
I
Correct.
don't know what it was. I was just asking.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah. I was
But
just asking.
the famous people seem to be in his orbit and got him a illegal, very good deal, which the person who did it is now in big trouble for, who happens to be Trump's labor secretary, who's no longer Trump's labor
Acosta.
secretary. He was the DA in Florida. He was the U.S. attorney in Florida who gave out of the clear blue sky this
There you go. Sound good.
criminal defendant an extraordinary deal, which turns out
And
to be
extraordinary-
actually
illegal.
Yeah.
Not just
Break that down
extraordinary,
for
but
us.
Beyond
right.
extraordinary.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
The primary offense was there's an act, a specific statute that has jurisdiction over the negotiation and prosecution and finalization of these kinds of plea agreements. And one of those requirements is that you have to inform the victims so that they have input into whether or not it's a good deal from their perspective. And he did not tell them that this settlement was imminent, number one, and he continued to say to them prosecution was even likely, even though that was absolutely false.
Speak in layman's terms.
Yeah.
He
Break it down.
lied.
like
He
you
didn't
do.
tell them.
Thank you,
He didn't
brother.
tell them.
One word out of 2,500. What the hell?
He didn't tell them what was going on. He deceived them into thinking that there was no more input for them to make and that there was nothing at risk for them either way. And they were both lies.
The bottom line is the law is that they have to tell the victims about any settlement coming up, and they didn't at all. They hid it completely and gave him, as a matter of fact, he spent 13 months in the county lockup, but he was able to go to work 6 days a week in his Palm Beach mansion.
Wow.
So prediction out of the 3, who's going to jail? Kraft, Jusse, Mr. Kelly.
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 Definitely.
Kelly, for
Definitely.
sure.
I don't think anybody
Ten
else.
counts.
Kelly for sure.
Sexual, criminal.
Wait a minute. There's going to be more.
It's
That's
rape,
just 10,
bitch.
right?
Yeah, that's to your
That's
point
just right
earlier.
now.
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Wait
they're
till
going
they
to figure
start.
out a way looping all this other stuff
Yes.
in. How to
And the current
evade
stuff.
the statute of limitations like they did with Mr. Cosby, et cetera.
Right.
But I think the
It's gonna
heat
be
is going to
bad.
come up on Epstein, and he may spend more time in jail, possibly. But Kelly for sure.
It's a bad
Kraft,
scene.
no way.
It's a
Kraft,
bad
no way.
look. Oh, Kraft, no way.
No way.
No way.
Oh.
I mean, he should walk,
Crap ain't going.
Well,
but we don't know.
You just
Call your boy from Chicago. Let's get his input. I know he's going to call him at the 2-zip, but let's hit him up.
Okay.
You guys 411?
Well, yeah, well, it's
Let's
on
make
this
them-
phone right here. He'll be calling in 3 minutes. We can't get it.
Nah, we got to hit it. The energy's here.
Oh,
Create the moment.
I'm creating the moment now.
All right, bro.
Look, listen. I have to stop the live and do it. That's what I'm saying. Is that okay? You want me to do that?
Don't you think, gentlemen? We want to bring somebody in from Chi-Town.
it's just funny that it says Empire Network.
It does. Oh. First time. But that's our boy David Glover. He's the EP FLO Empire.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's. I'm just saying the association.
There's so much going on with with Jusse though, right? We got. Is he gonna work? Is he not gonna work? Did he send a letter? Did he not send a
Well,
letter?
they've already decided he's not doing
He's not
the
going to work.
next two
They
shows.
already- Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They
He's
already
not
Okay,
doing
I
the next
saw-
two shows is episode 5.
Right.
He's not going to be on it.
They already wrote him
Now,
off right
where,
now.
where they go from there, that's way up in the air because Disney's about to acquire them. And Disney has so-called very strong family values, quote unquote. And that could have a very strong finger on the scales in terms of his future. remains to be seen. But frankly, I don't think that bodes well for him.
I don't know.
Well, in terms of timing, it's kind of good for him because it's the last 2 shows of the season, which means there'll be a break, which means like any other criminal trial, the heat will be off. That's going to be on for the next couple of weeks, the next month, and then sort of it fades away. And then
it's good
the
to
defense
take
gets a
hiatus,
chance.
I don't think this is going to fade, though, because you've got the MAGA people that are incensed about being what they call slandered by Mr. Smollett.
Right.
And all the people that joined him in what they consider the slandering, I don't think they're going to let this go.
Yes, but Michael Cohen is testifying in a few days, and there's another front page thing coming.
That's happening. Yeah, that's gonna. But this thing is another fuel to the divide fire.
Exactly.
Oh, true. Absolutely. Absolutely.
With 2020, right?
It's dog with the bone. They'll be like, well, we don't care whatever happens with Cohen and Barr and Kraft, we got Smollett. We got his ass.
Exactly.
Sorry, excuse my French.
That's all right.
So
it's time to show. You can say whatever you want.
I don't think they're going to be.
My conservative friend already sent me a New York Post article. Fake hate crimes have doubled during Trump's administration.
No.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Today.
They have?
Today. No, that's the article.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. That's what the article.
Well, they said it was the woman on the
claims.
subway who claimed. Remember, she said she was attacked by somebody who was
she had her
African American.
hijab on.
Right.
And it turned out to be false.
Right, and then there was a few others, and then it was Mr. Jusse.
Well, what I've heard in chorus of the Smollett issue is that fake reporting of crimes is pretty common. That it could be considered not that big a deal, except for, the celebrity.
Well, we're going to hear from one of our later guests who's going to say who her point of view. Her name is Madison Chase, activist, actor. Says Chicago's no, best PD department anyway, especially with the relationship they have with the community. I know they're saying Jusse took us up so many resources. We're going to talk to a former cop as well, my boy Vincent Hill, but that the relationship there with all the crime and the babies being murdered and the other black on black crime, that they had to do something for their PR brand.
Sure,
So
they had to take this seriously.
Right.
Absolutely. He had enough clout, enough resources that if they didn't take it seriously, that would come back to bite them. So for self-interest, if nothing else, they had to take it seriously. Then he's an openly gay man. He's an African American in this boiling pot of all these different political crosswinds. They had no choice but to jump in.
All right, looks like we got our.
Let's hit him. Tito?
Yeah, it's T.O. T.O. Hardiman.
All right.
From Chicago. Heard about him. Well, actually, I saw him a couple times on television, on the news station, talking about all the, Jusse Smollett and what he's doing, and he never believed him. In fact, he said, quote
Let's
unquote,
hear what he said.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Is he here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, T.O. Everybody, welcome
All right,
T.O.
how you doing?
Hardiman.
Hi, T.O. Hi,
Hey,
T.O.
How you doing?
How are you?
You're getting
Doing
the fake
good. Glad to
Breakfast
be on
Club
the show
class.
tonight.
Yes, thank you so much
We're
for
good.
joining
How are
us.
you?
Okay,
How's
I'm
Chicago
good.
doing tonight? How's Chicago?
Couldn't hear you.
How's Chicago?
Chicago, the windy city.
What's the temperature? I'm afraid
it's
to
okay
ask.
one day at a time.
Is it cold there?
Not today. Not today, not at all. Not like it used to be a few weeks ago. About 20, 30 degrees. We pretty cool with that for right now.
Oh, okay.
So let's dive in.
Yeah, first of all, let's see let's find out what he does and everything like that. Yeah. So explain to us what your you do.
Yeah, first and foremost, I'm an adjunct professor right now in the field of criminal justice and restorative justice at North Park University, and I'm also the president of Violence Interrupters Incorporated. What Violence Interrupters do, the Violence Interrupters are a specialized, trained team of individuals that go out and mediate conflicts on the front end in order to stop, gun violence or reduce gun violence in Chicago to a degree. But we're the team that gets called in, like I said, to go out there and make sense of the madness and stop the violence on the front end. So that's important. But after we stop the violence, we refer the young men or women to social service agencies to help them become productive members of society. And I do a lot of public speaking and training across the United States as well. And I created the Violence Interrupters back in 2004 while I was serving as the director of Ceasefire Illinois. So, pretty much that's a snapshot of the Violence Interrupters, but I'm pretty much in demand as a public, as a public speaker and trainer on violence prevention and restorative justice nationwide as well, also.
So your creds are stacked. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, you are stacked.
So let's dive in. What's cracking? What's happening? What Jusse, that's the buzzword. Now you got R.Kelly. Who you want to go with first?
Well, let me say this. I know R.Kelly personally. I've been knowing R.Kelly for some years. But I'll go with Jusse first, then we'll come back to brother R.Kelly. Okay.
All right.
I like this.
So go ahead.
No, I was going to say the thing about Justice Smollett, I was one of the first people that knew that his story was kind of concocted, diabolically concocted, basically, because I've been in Chicago all my life, and I deal with issues of violence on a regular basis, whether it be gun violence or physical, somebody got beat up or whatever. I was able to punch holes in the story immediately because, number one, in Chicago, you don't get pimp slapped, you get beat up for real in Chicago.
That's right.
Oh, I saw you.
Real.
Yeah.
That's real. That is real.
You get beat up for real, right? And then number two, nobody's putting a noose around somebody's neck in Chicago. If you go back to 1920 and 1930, perhaps that may have happened, but not in the year of 2019. Sincerely, that doesn't happen. And then when he talked about the homophobic, comments and everything, Chicago is a city that's one of the strongest LGBTQ community cities, in the world as far as support. So, and especially on the north side of Chicago, that just does not happen. And then, last but not least, when he made the comment about "Make America Great Again," MAGA country, that doesn't even happen in Chicago. The last time Trump came here, he couldn't even speak because some of the young activists basically took the mic from him. Okay, so. Jusse, it was too many, we punched a lot of holes in this story right from the start, and I got 130,000 views on my LinkedIn post when I posted about it right from the start. So I wish Jusse the best, but he's wrong this time.
Is he going to the can or what?
No, he's not going to go to the can. What's going to happen is that after he goes through the little court proceeding, he will end up pleading out or whatever because he has too many witnesses against him. The two Nigerian brothers.
Right. The two Nigerian
he has
brothers.
His manager. It's people that are against him. Now, they're going to be a witness against him. And apparently, allegedly, let me use the word allegedly.
Right.
They're saying that now everybody's innocent to proven guilty. I got that. I support that 1,000%. But there's so much evidence mounting up against him, it just doesn't make no sense. But this is the thing. If he is convicted, he should be ordered to perform some community service and spend some time with some real victims of gun violence, real victims of hate crimes for at least another couple of years or whatever, so he can understand on the ground level what people go through, because he took put it like this, I don't say it the wrong way. He did an interview with, I think it's Robin, what's the young lady's name?
GMA,
Robin Gibbons.
Roberts.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But we got
I also knew he was kind of faking when they said, this is a MAGA country, and the guy hit me, and he said, well, I hit him back.
Right,
I knew. Come on, man, give me a break.
One, we knew that was weak, and two, we knew it was weak when he kind of put out a IG or some Facebook when he had a concert a few days later.
Oh, yeah, he went to
was
California.
I beat him back, and I was the Tupac, blah, blah, blah. We got a couple of ESQs here as well who we want to jump in the conversation and rap with you as well. But keep it moving. What else? So I can see them.
He should.
Sorry to interrupt, but go ahead.
Community service, and then at the same time, he owes Chicago an apology, because on a higher level, what Jusse has done, he's taken all the attention away from 1-year-old baby Chase got shot in the head, and I would like to see how many detectives were assigned to investigate the shooting of baby Chase. Jusse, he's dead wrong, because if he staged this attack because he was unhappy with his pay on the set of Empire, what was he thinking? You got people that work minimum wage, people that don't make no money hardly at all. They're not staging no attack on themselves to bring no attention to the fact this guy making $60,000 per episode.
Right.
What is his problem? I mean, what's the problem? We don't understand it.
65, but who's counting?
Yeah, I heard a buck
exactly.
25, but
I
who's
heard-
counting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about
But the
65.
problem is, so it's better that he does some of those options like community service or whatever else he could do, payback and Chicago PD, as opposed to being in the jail, because what's that gonna do, right? Isn't that kind of how we're
Nothing.
looking at it?
Nothing, because whatever.
What do you think, ESQs?
I was going to ask, wasn't there a big thing about what are you doing out in Chicago at 2:30 in the morning trying to get food in the street in the
Oh
middle
my
of the
god,
winter?
the jokes write itself.
Oh
on
my
that.
gosh, there's a lot of.
Well, I
jokes
mean,
that they
because
say.
in New York, New York's
social
open all
media.
day, all night, so
Right.
we wouldn't question that here.
Right.
But I've heard things out of Chicago
listen,
that just doesn't make
you
sense.
would-
He
but
hung
still-
on to his Subway sandwich. That's part I thought was the most absurd.
Yeah, that's what I thought was the hilarious
He
part.
made it through all the beatings and everything else. He still got home with his Subway sandwich intact. But I guess if
Right,
you're
well,
hungry enough.
That was-
It's like playing football and you get tackled by the defense, but you still got the ball in your hand. But this guy still had his Subway sandwich. Okay.
First of all,
It's like,
we know he's not. And like, who goes? I mean, even if New York is open 24/20, 4, 8, 9, 10. I mean, you're not going to a Subway for a sandwich at 2 in the morning. I can tell you that right now. You're either going to eat an apple, grab some cold cereal, or order. If you're Jusse, right?
Exactly.
You can wait.
Room service.
Well, they were saying
Right.
the letter that
House
that
service.
came to the studio was fake, was written by him too.
So what's the real conversation that you having amongst your peers? I mean, you're giving us the TV talk, but when you're at home,
you give you the
Yeah, we want the
we want the
down-
street
we want
level
the stuff.
the
Well,
urban
let me
stuff.
give you the street level. The street level, to be honest with everybody that's listening, people are saying the hell with Jusse. That's what people are saying. But you understand, me being a brother, I don't want to see the brother locked up. I want to say that first and foremost, because I understand, the pitfalls of, being up and down in the media and everything. And then he's wrong. We're not going to never take up for him with that. But I don't think he deserves jail time. See, that's a symptom of a bigger problem that he's dealing with. He needs some help from Lee Daniels, Tyler Perry, some of the people in Hollywood need to, get this brother some help. Maybe he needs to go to talk to somebody, a psychiatrist, or
Right.
maybe it's underlying problems. But on the streets of Chicago, people saying he's a knucklehead. They're saying, why does this guy, stage his own attack? It's basically just a real bad move. The people don't have, a lot of people have lost respect for him. And some community activists in Chicago were talking about protests in the set of Empire.
Right.
They're saying this, they were talking about protesting, so that's the Windy City.
Wow.
Yeah, so to
A
me,
lot of people liked him before the attack, but since before he staged the attack, now that he staged the attack, people saying they're going to stage a protest on his butt. Okay?
yeah, so T.O., this is Clarence. I used to live in Chicago, greatest city in the world, greatest town in the world.
Yeah.
But I think both putting him in jail and having effects on Empire would just be making two wrongs out of a situation that's already bad. What I would love to see is a redemptive strategy here that gives this man, as misguided as he is, he's still a brother, he's still someone who has a soul, and he's worth trying to redeem. I would be interested in a solution that gives him a shot to redeem himself, his career, his life, his soul, that also helps the communities that he's most directly harmed by this stunt. Those communities are people who are fighting racism and homophobia every day. This has given them a body blow because their credibility has been impaired by what he's done. So I would be interested in a solution where his community service is to go and use his remaining influence, wealth, resource, power, intelligence, personal dynamism, whatever you want to call it, to rehabilitate that conversation. To say, look, yeah, I made a mistake. I lied. I created all this stuff for really stupid, selfish reasons. But that doesn't mean we throw out the baby with the bathwater. There are every day there are racist attacks. Every day there are homophobic attacks. Let's not let our guard down and make them pay the price for my mistake. And have him put up his money where his mouth is, money contributions, time contributions, to make sure that rhetoric is not lost here in all the let's make Jusse suffer. That's what I think would be a shot at redemption for him personally, as well as to repair some of the damage that he did. So I'm a civil rights lawyer. I'm an employment plaintiff side lawyer. I see this stuff on a daily basis, and we already have trouble getting people to believe us.
Right.
All right.
Right.
We already are behind the 8 ball just because of the history of America not taking black people and women seriously. We are victims because we deserve to be victims. That's the overarching arc from history.
But let me jump in there for a second because I'm hearing that's coming up a lot. We're victims. Now, are we victims and playing the victim card? Because I keep hearing this victimhood, university stuff.
Yeah.
Could you break that down a little bit?
I think if you really are a victim, then you have a right to play the victim card. I don't see any necessary contradiction there. It's when you're not a victim and you play the victim card, that's when it becomes hollow.
Exactly.
Well, I think you're talking about not a culture of victimhood,
Right.
Too
but
soft
rather
on
just
Jusse with what he did, because you have to understand the motive. The alleged motive was all about the fact that he wanted more
money.
pay on the show.
That's narrow
And
self-interest.
That's no victim situation at
No,
all.
absolutely
This guy,
not.
what he did, he played the people of Chicago cheap because he exploited the violence in Chicago for his own benefit, and it backfired on him. And if he really had his thinking cap on, so you can't bring the acting from the silver screen to the streets of Chicago,
That's
because
exactly
you will be
what he was
exposed.
doing. Exactly
So
what he was doing.
This guy is not a victim at all.
No.
He's a victim of his own thinking and circumstances.
He was voiced by his
the
own
real
petard.
victims out there definitely need to be heard. I just want to say that, and I'm not saying throw the baby out with the bathwater at all. But in the meantime, we have to let it be known worldwide. We're not accepting this nonsense. Okay, this is not what's going on. You're not going to do this here nowhere. Not just in Chicago, nowhere in the United States, because it's totally it's unheard of. Who does that in the year 2019 when you know you got cameras on every other block in Chicago?
There
So I'm
you go.
thinking his narcissism
There you go.
and his elite thinking made him believe that nobody would catch him up anyway.
Well, it was
but then
stupid on
since you
so
asked
many
for the-
levels. I mean,
he
you
wrote-
can't even catalog the
he
levels
wrote
of
that
stupidity
check.
here. Wrote the check,
Wrote the check for $3,500. That's
held on to the
right there,
Subway
that's-
sandwich. I mean, there's just
Come
so
on now.
many layers of idiocy
but
here.
Yeah.
but you guys.
The issue, though, is how not to make this worse for the communities that he hurt the most. That's my issue.
But since you asked for the ESQ tip for the lawyer point of view,
Well, there's two
there
of
is
us
such
here,
a thing
Ron.
as a
Two
defense.
lawyers here.
There is such a thing as a defense. He has a defense. He has a right to a defense. He's innocent
Right.
until
Until
proven
proven
guilty
guilty, exactly.
in our society of laws. So there are some theories coming out. Not explaining his motives because the defense doesn't have to do that yet.
Right.
But they're complaining about the fact that the prosecutor yesterday,
He's already prosecuted,
yeah,
yeah.
I mean he's
It's
already
already tried
guilty
and convicted
Right.
in the
Yeah.
court of
in the
public
court of
opinion.
public opinion, which we're all reflecting.
Right.
You know, which is part of the problem with, in fact, our history. We are guilty
Sure.
until proven innocent instead of the other way around.
Yeah, and it's not just Chicago's history of racism, Tio. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah,
America's history of racism. And violence against black people and people of color and disabled people and old people and women. I'm sorry. It's woven into the DNA of this country. It's how this country became great, was exploiting native people, people of color, and the weak. That is the American story, like it or not. So again, for me, the issue is how can we make omelets out of broken eggs here? How can we make lemonade out of lemons? How do we take the situation, which is ugly on every level you look at it, and put some positive spin on this proactively instead of having to react to all the MAGA people and all the racists and the Sean Hannitys? How do we get out in front of this to make this a win? So he might have thought he was doing this for his own narrow ass, but it turns out because we rescued him, he now owes us in a way that's going to make sense for us.
An apology.
We'll start with an apology.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That's public.
financial though, right?
I want a public apology.
Absolutely. I'm
Right.
factoring that in.
Yeah.
He
The
needs
easy
to
part.
apologize,
The hard part is skin in
and he
the game,
also
man. Put
should have watched
some
Forensic
money out
Files
there.
before he actually made this story up. He should have watched Forensic Files, okay? People, that's why investigating all this kind of...
He should have watched Columbo, man. He should have watched Columbo. I mean,
Number one, he pleaded innocent, when he his first court appearance. He should come clean, tell the truth. Then you get it behind him, and go right into some community service work and really speak about the issue.
Yeah.
And you can turn into a win-win situation. But always remember, a lot of people love a redemption story. He can redeem himself.
that's what I'm getting at. That's exactly what I'm getting at. Redemption for him and for us.
So turn it into a win-win situation for everybody.
I want a soundbite from each, and then we got to move it on to R.Kelly.
Yes, R.Kelly.
The clock is ticking. What you got, ESQ?
Well, I wasn't implying that what you were saying was not a legal point, Mr. Lawyer. But My point is
y'all
that
two
we
getting
are
a little
all
tip?
part of convicting him in the court of public opinion. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I don't have a dog in the fight. But
You might have a
Again,
dog in the
wait.
fight because since he's African American and we get this kind of broad stroke of being victimized and all the communities, not only, they're black, the gay, the this, the that.
Yeah, the minorities.
Right.
well, I guess my soundbite is that part of African American history is being painted as guilty until innocent. So maybe we need to open our minds a little
do we forgive
bit.
him and move on?
We need to open our minds a little bit until
I
we hear
forgive him.
everything.
Okay, do we
Alright,
forgive
so-
him and move on?
So here's my soundbite. As John F. Kennedy said, forgive your enemies, but remember their names. So, yes, we forgive him, but we put him to work.
Let's put him to work.
right.
Put him to work and
I
make
forgive
him earn his redemption
He-
and make it benefit the people that he hurt the most.
Exactly.
That's my point.
Tio,
He's a-
what's up? Do we forgive him or move on?
Like I say, I know R.Kelly personally. When they came out with the first barrage of stories of years ago about R.Kelly, I was trying to be open-minded inside with R.Kelly to a degree, saying R.Kelly might just be a victim of his success and all that kind of stuff. And now looking at the fact that they have some more videos that just surfaced.
New video came out.
They say they have videos. Nobody's seen them yet. So we understand, once again, innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
But if R. Kelly's on the tape making love to a 13, 14-year-old in this situation, if I was R. Kelly, man, it's just tough because one thing leads to another with R. Kelly. Maybe he should have went on. Hopefully, he put it like this: if them tapes are something within the last 5 or 6 years, he's dead wrong. I'm talking about all this is alleged information for right now.
Right.
We don't know for sure, but if this from the last 5 or 6 years, he's dead wrong because he was able to overcome that first incident with the 14-year-old.
Right.
And you have to understand, where there's smoke, there's fire to a degree. He married Aaliyah and she was 15 years old. Am I correct?
Yeah, you're
Right.
correct.
And lied about it.
Correct.
Right. So, he has a track record out there, and I can't really, call it with R.Kelly. I would like to wait until I see the evidence or they start presenting evidence. But it would be so sad if R. Kelly's, he's a genius, he's a legend, but all that would go, all of his good music, all of his accomplishments would go down the drain, just like
They're
Bill
already
Cosby,
going down the drain.
If that be the case. So I'm not going to defend R. Kelly this time, not right now.
All right, so
I know him personally. He's cool with me personally, but it's hard to
okay.
defend him
Well,
'cause
give us
I
one
have
story of
kids,
you.
Okay, and you don't want nobody around your 13, 14-year-old, 16-year-old, daughters like that. You just don't want that.
As the jokes go, listen to his music, but don't let him babysit your children.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna let you go. We want you back. Because R. Kelly, we got to bring in a cop from Chicago. Can we do two at the same time?
Oh,
We
well,
can.
stay on.
So stand with us.
Stay on.
Let me give you my man's number. We're gonna light this up. Vincent Hill, we're gonna hit you up if you on fleek. Let's do it.
So
Keep rapping.
So give us a little story, since you know him so well. Something funny.
Knows of him, man.
Well, I tell you something. Something blast from the past. R. Kelly and myself. I actually got into it, R. Kelly, about a young lady back when I was in college.
How young is young now? How young is young?
Tiffany, because R. Kelly used to sing in the subway before he made it big.
Uh-huh.
So one day I was going over to Tiffany's house, and R. Kelly was basically coming out the house.
He was
And
what?
we kind of bumped heads. She was my girl, but we bumped heads about Tiffany. But we got past that moment. Back then, that was just a fashionable thing. Guys were
Whoa. Hold on. Are we saying,
Yeah.
in terms of gentlemen, and I know you're a lady in the building, I know you're trying
I'm
to make
surrounded by
this, you're trying to
these
make this
again.
fast. So you saying you and R. Kelly was kind of, I guess, rapping to the same woman?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
R. Kelly was singing to her, and I was really trying to rap to her. Okay. R. Kelly had
Did
me
he steal
trying
her?
to beat out. He had such a great
steal
voice
her?
and
We don't want to
stuff,
know
but
what the
we
end
were talking
result
about
is.
grown women at that time. She was college going young lady named Tiffany. We still friends today, me and the young lady, but R. Kelly and I bumped heads about Tiffany many years ago.
No.
That's a story I can tell about her.
Well, shout out to Tiffany. We won't use a last name.
Right.
We hope you're doing well. On this February 22nd, 222. R. Kelly, are you in the joint yet? What happened? Who's R. Kelly's legal defense? Mark Garagos? Please.
I don't know.
That's
I don't know
Jussie's legal defense.
I know, yeah, we know Garagos, but you know,
Yeah.
Garagos
I'm
probably
not
figure.
sure about
Yeah, you know.
But Jussie has a
No, I think he got
African-American attorney
Avenatti.
Attorney Vincent, who's a real strong attorney in Chicago too.
Oh.
So he picked up some strong lawyers. But R.Kelly, I'm not sure who his
No,
lawyers might be.
Avenatti is against R.Kelly.
Oh,
He's
Avenatti's
the one bringing the
against-
case against.
Oh,
I
see.
think
see.
somebody. Vincent.
Hill, you there?
Hey, Vincent.
Yo.
Hey.
So Hill, you on the? You're on. We having a hot conversation. We got a gentleman from Chicago.
T.O. Hardiman.
Yeah, shout out to him. We got Vincent Hill just joined us, anchor of Law and Crime, former PD as well as law enforcement and author. He wrote a famous book. What's the name of your book, Vince? Plug yourself real quick and jump into this convo. We got two ESQs here in the studio, and it's your boy JJ and my girl, ride or die, Tonya. Always is on.
Always
lit.
on podcast.
We lit.
That's right. Mr. J.U. Ice.
We got 43 minutes. We in the 43. We got 52. You guys got 12 minutes. Keep your mind on the clock. Let's do it.
So, real quick, Playbook to a Murder and Incomplete Past. Those are my two books. And like Jay said, I anchor Law and Crime Tuesdays, 12 to 3. But let's get into this R.Kelly. What are we talking?
He's got 10 counts against him.
Well, T.O. is a best friend of him, a BFF.
Yes,
they got all kind of war stories together, which we ain't gonna go into. But is he going to jail, Vince, or what?
Oh, he's going to jail. I mean, listen,
Vince like to make predictions,
if
by the
it's
way.
true, if there's a video out there and you got 10 counts, listen, they're trying to make examples out of everybody. You know, we thought Bill Cosby wasn't untouchable, and look what happened to Bill.
Right.
10 years after the fact. So, R. Kelly, the rumor's been out there for years that R. Kelly was doing this to these women. I live here in Atlanta. Listen, I've seen R. Kelly running at Stone Mountain, and he's had young girls around him here. So, I mean, R. Kelly's going to prison. There's no doubt in my mind. And each count, could weigh up to 10 plus years in prison. So,
ESQ.
R. Kelly, I think he's done for.
You agree or disagree?
He's been done.
Well, I definitely think he's toast.
Yeah, it's toast.
Toast.
No doubt.
Toast. I like how you got
No
to the
question.
point after the
Yeah,
whole
he's
Latin
about to.
thing. You're getting straight to it. No question. Wow.
question.
We're getting 2-word answers out of
Exactly.
ESQ. Right on.
Exactly, toasted. He's toasted. When those counts came down today, and those two other women came out,
You was up at
earlier
Sylvia's
this
today, so what they saying uptown?
They weren't talking about that.
But I think
I
what
wasn't
you were
in there.
implying is that there's more women in
There's
the
gonna be
woodwork
more.
to be coming up.
Exactly.
course, that's
Gloria
right.
Allred is bringing them all in. That's for sure.
And Michael Avenatti's got his hooks into it as well.
Yeah, so tell me about, because I got confused about Avenatti. I mean, first he went through a whole sitch, so now I guess his shoes are shined. He could come back into the law to the world and now throw bricks. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
I didn't hear the part about Avenatti. So.
Yeah,
Yeah,
happened?
I understand he's representing at least one of these two women who are the most recent ones to accuse R. Kelly.
Oh.
But as I understand, R. Kelly also has 2 or 3 women currently in, let's say, questionable relationships with respect to their ability to consent.
Are you talking about the little documentary? Those women there?
It's not a little documentary, by the way.
I didn't see the documentary, but I mean, I'm just hearing what I hear. It's all hearsay, but that allegedly.
Those women, they're of age now, but they left.
Right.
When they were
I don't think
16.
those women are the loopholes that are hurting.
No, but
right
I'm
now.
talking about women currently.
Correct.
These are the current women that I'm talking about.
Well, you're saying currently that left. I'm saying there's some that are there.
No.
There's
No,
some
what
that are there right now.
No,
Right,
no.
that's what I'm talking
These
about.
women left when they turned.
No, I understand that.
No,
We're
still there.
talking
And
about.
they're still there.
We
We're
got
talking about-
that, but
yeah.
we talking today.
Yes, today that allegedly
They had to kick him out the studio just a couple of days ago because he's still active.
Right. Active. Very
And the
active.
video, I think they just... Vincent, tell me, there's a video, or Tio, what's up with the video? What was the new video that kind of was the straw that broke the case here?
14-year-old.
Well, no,
Yeah.
this high-priced lawyer.
Okay, one at a time, go.
I think it's Stormy Daniels.
Supposedly had a video.
Stand by, Vince.
Right, he
Go.
has the video. The for Stormy Daniels turned the video over to the Cook
it's
County State's
Michael
attorney.
Avenatti.
Yeah.
Right.
That video wasn't,
Right,
and
that
they
is
put it to a grand jury. That's when they indicted him for,
Counts,
putting a warrant out for his
Yeah,
arrest
that was
and
Michael
everything.
Avenatti who did
So
that.
apparently they
Okay,
have some strong evidence this time against R. Kelly that's major, they say. So no matter what happens, he's in big trouble. This time R. Kelly's in big trouble. He's done this time. And I'm like, I don't want to be the guide or the judge or jury, but brother R.Kelly, he might be singing down in the penitentiary right now.
Oh my man,
and
Vin, what you got?
Let me drop some knowledge to y'all.
Okay.
If you listen to R. Kelly songs, he's been telling us what he's been doing for years.
For
Trapped in
years.
the closet. I could have sworn you were ready. He's talking to the little girls, and he's like, I could have sworn you were ready.
I don't see nothing
All
wrong.
All the songs he was talking about, like, age ain't nothing but a number. I don't
Right,
see
that
nothing
one right
wrong.
there.
All of that,
Wow.
he was telling y'all exactly what he's been doing for all of these years, and now it's smacking him in the face.
Hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. And the people in his inner circle should have gotten some help many years ago.
Well,
instead of being yes
that's
men
another
saying,
point.
You making the money, you cool. They should have gotten some help, and that's just the way it goes. And it's just sad his career would go down the tubes because R. Kelly is he's a musical genius, which we already know that. But what some people don't know, R. Kelly is dyslexic. I didn't pronounce that right, but he has some other dyslexic issues. Okay.
What's the word, champs?
Dyslexic is
Well,
when you can
yeah,
read.
Yeah, that's the word. That's
Dyslexic.
yeah.
Maybe you mean
that point, though,
bipolar or
everybody
something like
knew
that. I
what
don't
R.
know.
Kelly
Well, he probably got a
was
That's what it
character
sounds
issue.
like. Yeah, I would say so.
They should be charged.
No
with
question.
Wait,
What
what?
his-
That knew what
say
R.
it-
Kelly was doing,
Uh-huh.
they should be charged with it.
No, that's extending the law beyond where it goes. I mean, unless they put an active role in enabling what he did, their mere knowledge of it is not enough to make them accessories to the crime.
Yeah,
So it's the same-
but if
it's
you
the
look
same
at
thing.
his old manager that forged the marriage license between he and Aaliyah, he knew what he was doing.
Well,
But
that's
yet
different.
he
Yeah,
had to
that's
serve
active.
1
That's
day in
active
prison for
enablement, though. Yeah. So
that. He knew what he was doing.
Are you saying it's just like the two Nigerians that came through in Jesse's case? They
I
can't
know
be
you're not
held.
gonna try to pronounce their name.
I'm definitely not.
well, they're accomplices.
I'm not messing with that.
The
But
two
they're
Nigerians are accomplices.
Right.
Now they might be able to get out of it on a plea deal.
Yeah.
They
In
get
exchange-
now-
in exchange for
There's
their
a reason
information.
Chicago police didn't charge them because
Right.
they wanted them to
Right.
be state witnesses
Exactly.
against Smollett. That's why
Exactly.
they didn't charge them.
Exactly, but they
It
could have been
wasn't because
charged
they
because
didn't
they
have
clearly
evidence.
enabled
They were
this.
like,
They
Right.
actually
we them as
perpetrated the alleged
Yeah.
assault.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, they're going to be witnesses against Justice Smollett. And you see them Nigerian brothers, they were in good shape. They look like they're in good shape. If they had beat Jesse up for real, Jesse wouldn't be walking around talking about nothing.
That's for
He'd be in the hospital somewhere.
For sure.
Wouldn't have the energy to carry that
I
sandwich.
tell you, that mug shot and that press walk when I saw Jesse, he looked like he's perfect. So I think they just glued on a bandage scratch.
Yeah,
and put
probably
on
had
a-
some makeup
or
artists put that
something
on there.
because he looks flawless.
But the
Come on,
thing
guys,
is-
we gotta save a little time for Spike Lee. So let me get your last thoughts on both these guys. So what's next with Jesse and Kelly?
Okay.
2 seconds each.
Jesse
Go.
will be mandated to perform community service when it's all said and done. R.
can-
Kelly's probably going to the penitentiary. And I want to say hello to all my good friends in New York, too. I got a lot of friends in New York across the United States. And that's my closing statements on both of them guys.
All right,
What's
thank
your
you so
What's
much.
your social media and how can people hit you up? What's the quick?
Oh, yeah, my website is violenceinterrupters.org. And Tio Hardiman on Twitter and Facebook, my name, Tio Hardiman, Hardiman. And it's a blessing to be on your show here.
Thank
this
you.
evening.
We'll
Thank you
appreciate
so
that.
much. I
I'm gonna
really
follow
appreciate
you
it.
on this
Definitely.
social media. Look for J Jones always on. Follow me back, and let's keep you up in the media. You're a good contact.
Yes,
Appreciate it,
definitely.
brother.
Thank you.
Happy Friday, my man.
Thank you.
Hill,
All right.
hit me. Vince Hill, you still in the building?
Vincent.
Yo, I'm here.
Hit me
What's
and
up?
break. What you got?
Yo, so listen, if he has to worry about the Fed charges, that little 1 to 3 years in Illinois, that's nothing. But if the Feds charge him with this mail fraud and this terroristic threat because of the white powder, which was aspirin, hey, he could be looking at 25 years to life.
What's your
Now, whether
prediction,
he
young
gets that,
man? What's your prediction? If you had to
I'm
bet,
guessing probation.
thank
The
you.
most probation.
How
Because
can
he
we
is-
hit you? How can
he's
we
a
reach you,
celebrity.
brother? Go.
He's a celebrity, but R. Kelly, 25 years.
Ooh.
25 to life.
Life.
I'll see you
Yep.
Tuesday. Hit me up. What you got?
Yes, sir.
What you got? How we reach you?
Oh, at Vincent Hill TV. That's all my social media. At Vincent Hill TV. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all of that.
All right, watch this young man on Law and Crime.
Yes.
.org.
Awesome host.
.com.
Thanks, Vincent. See you
And
soon.
you see him on YouTube as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Vincent. Appreciate the time, brother. Have a great
Yes, sir.
weekend.
Thank you.
Do your thing.
All right.
All right, fellas, what you got?
On each of them, R.Kelly, yes, toast, as we said.
Yeah.
For lack of a better word.
Toast, no bread, no butter. Just don't drop the soap.
As the Bible says, what is done in secret shall be later shouted from the rooftops.
All right,
people
brother.
are shouting.
That's right.
Yeah, and what verse is that, my man?
Go.
Mr. Bible.
And just, let me look it up.
Yeah, you do that.
As far as Jusse, like I said, with every other case, it'll be crazy for a month. Once he loses his job, et cetera, then
I think
it'll
there's too
die
many
down.
brothers and sisters on that crew who've been in hot water before. They may give them a pass, you know?
No, a lot of them are. I'm hearing a lot of them. If you looked at, I'm hearing
mad.
a lot of them.
Well, don't mess with their money, right?
Yeah.
Don't mess with the money.
Yeah,
Well, that's
exactly.
true too. But eventually I think it'll blow over, and yes, he'll get probation.
All right, where do we reach you?
Salley, SALLEYRE at AOL.com. I'm a mediator also. I stop wars, large and small.
Love it. I gotta remember that. Next, go. I gotta save a minute for Spike, so
All
make
right.
it quick, brother.
So, R.Kelly, I prefer chemical castration,
Wow.
but I'd settle for 50 to 100.
I'd love to get a drink with you and talk more.
Settle for 50.
How do we reach you?
Smollett,
ahead.
he should be pressed into service to repair the damage he's done. That's his only shot for personal redemption, and it's the only way we can make a positive spin on this whole mess.
Nice. How do we reach you, Clarence?
Clarence T. Pollard, attorney at law. CT Pollard 2 at Yahoo.
You're the man. Listen, what a fantastic surprise. A great
Thank
cast.
you. Yes.
Great show.
Thank you, everybody.
I always love being
Thank you,
always
T.O.
on.
Always on, baby. You can't beat
Thank
it.
you,
Always
Vincent.
on.
Thank you, Clarence.
Thank you.
Okay.
Loved
Thank
it.
you.
Spike Lee, real quick. In or out? Yes or no? Is he going to win or will not win?
He's gonna win.
All right.
He's gonna win.
I'm going to mess the name up. Somebody help me. Mashula. What's his name?
Mahershala
Mahershala Ali.
Yeah.
Win
Yeah.
or not?
Yes.
Should he win? Should he not win?
Yes.
I didn't see the movie, but
I didn't see it.
he may
but
win.
Support it.
I felt the energy from the.
Yeah, I felt
He's
the
up, he's up
energy.
for Green Room?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Green Book.
Green
No,
Book.
Green Room. Green Book.
Book.
Sorry.
Book.
I'll bet
I beg
you.
your pardon.
You know me. I'll bet if I can win.
I beg your pardon.
There you
Bet
go.
if I can win.
And what about you? What do you think?
Spike, I'm rooting for big time. Mr. Ali,
Great
I'm
movie.
rooting for as well.
Love the movie.
Yeah, I
Love
thought
the
the
movie.
movie was
Me too.
fantastic. It was
Fantastic. I want to watch it again. It was so good.
like
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
tears of tears of
One
joy.
of the few movies I reflect on.
Right.
These
I
days.
think the
Right,
Oscars
yeah.
gonna be interesting this year.
I think so.
I love the Academy. Bohemian Rhapsody. I'm having a theme party for them.
Oh.
And what else is cracking? I gotta go see I got a jet. I got my wifey's birthday tonight. I gotta bounce. So happy birthday, baby. What you got?
Next week we got two ladies coming in. I'm making sure it's a room full of women.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'll be here. Wait,
Yeah,
there's a room full
yeah,
of
Clarence,
women.
I need you back in the
I'll
building.
be back.
All right.
Bring
we got-
bring the Manhattans. Clarence.
Count on
Come
me.
on now.
Yeah.
Count on me.
Yeah.
we
For the
still
last
there?
2. Yeah.
We got a minute.
I'll even shave my
Count us
legs.
down.
For the last 2 weeks. Today,
It's been a room full.
full of these.
Okay.
Full of these. So, anyways, next week, we're going to have Alvina Alston. She's a PR manager. Awesome lady. Known
All
her
right,
for a
we
long
love
time
her
and everything.
already.
And we have a media producer, Tonya Grady. So, she's going to come through.
I followed her
about that.
immediately. She's
Yeah.
dope. Yeah.
So-
I'll shave my legs.
Yeah.
And March 8th, we're
Bells
gonna have
on.
the CEO and some of the players from Tidal.
Oh, yeah.
So
we
that's
gotta-
gonna be
we're
hot.
gonna-
And we're gonna have an actor from Just Men. He's his name is Ramondo. He's Kelly. He's coming through.
When,
The 8th.
Oh, okay.
We stacking, baby.
Yeah, we
Beautiful,
got it.
beautiful.
Stack them.
Stack 'em.
There
We
you go.
going
There
late,
you go.
brother. But we want you cats to come by. We want your viewers to stand loose. Hit us up on
Definitely, thank you.
at what's our social
You're
media?
welcome anytime.
At TJ Always On
Say
Twitter.
it slow, boo.
Oh, I'm sorry. TJ Always On.
T as in Tom, J as in Jay.
Facebook, Instagram. We're on YouTube, iTunes, Google, everywhere. Look us up.
Happy Margarita Day.
Yes, happy Friday.
You know what I'm saying? It's Happy
last
Friday. Have a
Friday.
margarita. Let's go get
Last
lit.
Friday of February.
Y'all got
All right.
woke?
All
Y'all
right.
learn anything?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
You know, always.
It was
Thank
a
you
hell
to
of a
all
day,
the guests.
baby. I had to get here. Thank you, MTA.
Thanks to Darius too, our engineer.
Thank
He's
you,
working it
Darius.
out.
Hello,
Working it
Sean.
out.
We appreciate it, brother.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
All right, y'all, we gotta get out of here.
All right.
Good night.
Next
All right.
Friday, 8
Next
o'clock
Friday.
lit.
We're always late, so 8:05.